Right, before we get going, just a bit of a preface that I have not been paid for this exposure of a tripod. I have not been given any products. I haven't been told what to say or anything like that. These are just my opinions, and you can imagine my opinions may differ from the others because I don't use tripods. Right, let's get started, should we? Thank you. Alright, today we are looking at the reworked Travis 2. I have the Travis 1, bought with my own money a few years ago, and I did a video on it, hence why Three Legged Thing got in touch with me to have a look at the new version. So yeah, use this. This basically lives on my desk in the office to put the camera on that we are recording with whilst I stream. That's about the extent that I use it. I do use it out, when I'm outside making videos, but to be honest, my videos outside have become less cinematic. So I've gone back to more just holding the camera in my hand rather than doing lots of fancy B-roll and all that kind of malarkey of me walking around. So my use of a tripod really is just a case of it's set up in the office here with a camera on it, and I talk into the camera a couple of times a week. That's about it. So I don't need like a big heavy thing that needs to be rugged and survive in bad weather and all this kind of malarkey. I just need it to be able to position itself at a good position on my desk, not too high, not too low, with hopefully with the ease of use, and for it not to move too far if I'm leaning on my desk. That's about as far as my use of tripods go these days, because I am an ICM photographer. I don't use tripods. So, having said all that and put that to bed, let's have a look at a couple of the differences and improvements between the Travis 1 and the Travis 2.0 branding. So one of the big differences for me is the change in design of the grips between the 2.0 and the first version. The first version, these noduled rubber grips, horrible, especially in cold, wet weather. They just become like really slippy and horrible. Just not very good for use, to be honest. So the big change for the 2 is, yes, there's still some rubber, but is not the whole thing. So they're not going to move as much, and centrally on here, you can hopefully see that there's like a metal grip as well, which is part of the whole mechanism. So yeah, that's an immediate improvement, and it's on the top rotator thing as well. Rotator thing, is that a terminology? So that's a big improvement, and also that translates into the knobs on the ball head. On the new one, they are all metal. There's no rubber on them whatsoever, and on the old one, they are covered in rubber. I don't like this. So this not only improves functionality, but also looks way better. And looks are everything. Yeah, so this is a new ball head for the tripod, and probably other tripods in the range as well. This is the Airhead Neo 2.0. Again, branding. Obviously it's just it's your bog standard economical ball head with your rotator knob and your ball head knob, so it moves around, and then this knob at the back for your Ocker Swiss mount, etc. So that's great. Not much more to say about that. The rest of the tripod, this one just feels a lot more stable than the Travis 1. The Travis 1 I generally would not trust with my main camera system, the D850. It just feels a bit weak when it's fully extended. This I tried the other day, fully extended, put the D850 on, shot a few images, worked a treat. I wasn't nervous at all. Sometimes I'm a bit nervous. I mean, I wouldn't lean on it because I'm 20 stone. So that I might have some effect on it, but just normal camera gear, it'll be more than secure for it. The weight limit, or the recommended weight for it, is no more than 40 pounds, which is a fairly considerable weight, to be honest. Big improvement on this, on the Travis 2, is that all these legs are detachable, all three of them. Come on, Andy. All detached like that, just simple, just unscrew it, and we will screw this back on. Whereas the Travis 1 only had the single leg that came off, so you could use it as a monopod type of setup or whatever. So with the Travis 2, you can take all three legs off, and separately, you can buy some mini legs called vans. So you buy these from Three-Legged Thing as well, and they are like just mini legs that are actually attached to like this part, or you can attach them to the feet. So you've got various options. So you can make into like a mini desk-based tripod as well. I suppose that's what you would use it for. So anyways, so it is an option if you want a tripod for that kind of a bit of versatility, all in the one package. You might notice there is this screw hole here. Now that means you can actually screw in like mounting arms and stuff onto the tripod, to maybe fix on lighting. Now what I use for when I'm streaming is I've actually got a clamp that'll actually attach to a leg, so I can either put on an extra light or mount a phone or a tablet to it, so I can read like more screen area for reading chat, etc. Or attaching to the tripod if I'm out and about, live streaming like I just did the other day. Now also the just like the previous Travis, this one also, the center column also comes out, so reducing, either extending the tripod even higher, or reducing the minimum height that you can get, so it's not in the way. So if you splay the legs fully out, you can get a lot lower, which is handy. I would demonstrate that now, but I did take it out the other day, and I didn't really pay any attention on how it came apart. So it did take me about 7 attempts to put it back together in the correct way, so I've decided I'm not going to take it out again before I send it back to Three-Legged Thing, before I break something. That would just be typically me to end up ruining a product before it went back. Right, so that's I think that's the main things I've kind of come across but for me the biggest difference between the Travis 1 and this new Travis 2 is just this feels so much more stable. It just feels stronger. I don't know whether it's a change in materials or what, but the Travis 1, or my version of the Travis 1, is it's magnesium alloy. I am presuming, going on the texture of the material of the legs, that this is the same. So there is a bit of weight to them. Yeah, just really good. They also fold up really tightly for travel purposes. They're not it's not overly heavy. I think with the head on, I think it's something like the weight of it is 4 pounds. I will put the stats actually on the screen. It shrinks down to a very small package, ideal for carrying and, you know, for your luggage or strapped to your back when you're moving around, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's just really, you know, it's a do-it-all kind of tripod. It's not, you know, it's not one of these right huge expensive ones that are built for landscape photography in wild and woolly conditions. It's a general purpose, reasonably affordable tripod that basically covers all bases, and that's really what you're going to get. So covering all bases, the removal of the being able to remove the three legs is makes it even more versatile, and it just, the quality just feels better. I mean, the quality wasn't lacking on the old on the previous version, but obviously when your product's been out there for a number of years, things are going to be suggested to you. You're going to look and appraise at things as time goes on and look at ways you can improve things. And I'm really pleased to see that they have improved a number of things with the Travis 2. Just to make it more stable, make it feel stronger, and increase the versatility of tripods, because tripods they're not cheap, and the idea is to have one and that's it, and not have three like I have. For somebody that doesn't use a tripod, I've got 3 tripods for some bloody reason. But anyways, so very impressed. Slightly disappointed. I'm needing to send this back, but then again, I don't really have much use for a tripod. I've already got one that I use on stream all the time anyway, and so it's not really working hard and justifying the money to upgrade. Had I been using it outside professionally all the time, then I would be obviously considering investing. Now, money-wise, this without the head retails at £149. With the head, it retails at £199, which, when you're a skint northerner, it is not cheap. I am a skint northerner, so I like cheap things. So 200 quid is a bit out my budget, but for 200 quid you get a decent tripod. I think I might have paid 160 for the Travis 1. It's obviously rate of inflation and all that, R&D costs. Hence the increase in price for the full package, including the head. But yeah, that's just the way things are at the minute. So yeah, if you're not skint like me and actually have a proper job and don't have like bills to pay, like the electricity bills at the minute, or having to buy petrol, then for a lot of people this will be reasonably affordable. So a very good upgrade. And I'd imagine, I mean, this is just the Travis. You've got all the other tripods in the Punks range that have been updated to version 2.02. So I'd imagine they've all had incremental increases in quality and refinement. So I haven't looked at any of those. So I've just been looking and assessing the Travis, because I can directly compare the two. So there you go. That's my thoughts on a tripod that I don't actually need. Take what you will from that. And yeah, had 3-legged thing that said, have a look at this, and when you're finished with it, keep it, and I'd be really happy. But yeah, I'm impressed with it. If I needed it, I would probably look at buying it, but I don't need it. So there you go. That's my unqualified opinion in tripods. So, but I have actually used it in the field, not just here on my desk, and it did work well. There you go. That's about as much as I can offer on it. But yeah, and the colour, the colour scheme, I do like the orange. Not that keen on the blue colour scheme. So, but then again, if you look at any of my work, there's a lot of oranges in there. So I'm always more likely to like the orange highlights on this. So there you go. Right, I will not keep you any further, because who wants to listen to somebody that doesn't use a tripod prattle on about tripods? So thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next video, whenever that will be. Till then, keep hard. See you.